What if your mind could control reality? What if your thoughts were not byproducts of a remote existence, but extended out into deeper layers of reality and could pull things up from that layer? What if reality itself were a mind? What if the universe is aware of itself through us? We are not apart from reality, we are a part of reality. If we are experiencing anything at all, reality lives it vicariously through us. This is it. This is all there is. Pure experience, pure consciousness. This is reality. Reality is a universal mind, possessing features of self-awareness, intelligence, creativity, drives, needs, desires. The universe is not dead. It is alive. The CTMU supports the idea that mind and reality are inseparable from one another. Reality has no definition apart from mind. The universal mind is the light by which reality sees itself. There's nothing else in all of existence. So there is this relationship between human cognition and realities, that our minds have the same rules of structure and processing as the outside universe. So reality itself is fundamentally mental and exists as an input and output of consciousness. This comes down to a concept in the CTMU called syntactic unisect, which is a big scary word, but in simple terms, it simply means that anything which is expressed by a system was already a property of that system to begin with before its expression. So if the universe happens to create consciousness and life and all of these different things that we take for granted, it is only because those already existed potentially within the structure of reality. So it's not random that mind or consciousness emerges, but rather reality encompasses the rules of mind because mind emerges from reality. The structure of the universe is such that it should give rise to greater expressions of cognition because reality itself is fundamentally mental. So reality, through the consciousness and self-awareness of observer participants within it, gains this further property of consciousness and experience. Reality's mind, which encompasses the perspective of every conscious agent in the world, is greater than any individual consciousnesses in that it can instantiate the mental capability of individual minds and more, it being more general and capable than any particular expression of that mind. We are all interconnected in ways that are not discernible on this plane of existence. We are all one, and since reality contains the rules and structure of mind, it must be capable of mental representation and therefore internal experience. There is something that it is like to be reality, and we get a clue into that experience by our own experience of reality. The human mind is linked to the universal mind, which makes the universe capable of human-like understanding and participation. The CTMU says that the universe is both intelligent and intelligible. Intelligence is the ability to think, perceive, and act, and is a property of the global system. Reality itself has will, volition, and creativity, whereas every part of reality is, of course, intelligible, both to itself and by observer participants. We are able to understand reality because reality is structured as such to be a mental input to our consciousness. Humans have both intelligence and intelligibility. We are both able to think and perceive, and we are also able to be perceived in the mind of God and by other participants in reality. So we are able to interact with one another and express these properties of both intelligence and intelligibility. So this duality explains why the human mind can comprehend universal laws. Yes, we are physical beings, but we are also mental beings who are able to come into contact with the true structure of reality because reality and mind are structured by the same rules and laws, allowing them to communicate and align with one another. Our mind can produce a truthful representation of reality because reality is, to some extent, mental. So it is in this way that the CTMU supports what's called panpsychism, which is the idea that mind is everywhere in the world, so that everything has a certain limited mental function, and when you get systems with sufficient complexity like biological life, they are able to instantiate a great form of consciousness because it already existed as a property of reality that was unexpressed. So reality and mind are intrinsically linked. Reality is not objective, as some would like to have you believe, or it exists externally to every single person, but rather is what you might call super subjective. It is the harmonized viewpoint of many observers across time, and that creates what is a seemingly objective reality, but really it is still quantized based on the experience of individual beings. So this leads to what the CTMU calls distributed solipsism, which means that every single being has their unique experience of reality, and that contributes to a generalized solipsism of the universal observer, of reality's experience of itself. So there is one being in reality who is experiencing itself through all of these expressions of consciousness. This is what we mean when we say that we are all one. This applies even to material objects. They are, although they don't have any independent mental function, a part of the universal mind. Space and time are not conditions in which we live, but modes by which we think. They are emergent from this general mental structure of the universe. Mind equals reality. This is one of the fundamental principles of the CTMU. It's just like in a virtual reality system. The game world, reality, and the player's mind are connected and share in the same logic and programming. If the player's mind did not reflect the structure of the game world, or vice versa, they wouldn't be able to interact with one another. We are a part of reality, and if we are mental, then so too is reality intrinsically mental in nature, and this is disclosed to us by the human mind reflecting its structure. So if we want to parse the identity and properties of reality, we can look inwards at our own minds. Reality is both intelligible, capable of being processed, and intelligent, capable of processing, making it akin to a mental self-simulation and a self-synthesizing informational system which uses mind as the ability for it to process and understand itself. So much ado has been made over this so-called hard problem of consciousness, but really it's solved quite easily, is because the hard problem of consciousness asks, well, how can a complex material system instantiate consciousness? Whereas the CTMU says there is no such thing as a complex system that is purely material, is that it included consciousness within it from the beginning. Consciousness is possible because the universe itself has an underlying mind-like nature. So it puts to rest this so-called hard problem of consciousness by rejecting their materialist and reductionist explanations of consciousness that treat it as a supervening rather than a original phenomena. Reality is a self-configuring, self-processing language. The human mind is a localized processor of this language, making reality intelligible. The intelligibility of reality is guaranteed because the observer and the observed are unified within the same overarching framework. So if mind equals reality, that means that our human cognitive perceptual structure has the possibility of generating a truthful representation of reality, and the universe itself uses that perspective in order to create a more bright and vivid experience of itself by itself. The universe is self-aware through humans, and the universe can be understood because its structure is mirrored in human cognition. Reality is a self-configuring universal mind. The CTMU unifies subjective experience with objective reality, bridging the dualistic gap between mind and matter. Mind and the physical world are not two separate domains, but rather two sides of the same coin. The mental domain is reality's capacity for self-representation, perception, and cognition, whereas the physical world is reality's tangible, structured manifestation. The physical is the manifestation of the mental. These aspects are unified at a higher level, forming a self-dual system. This means that we as human beings, as the pinnacle of consciousness on Earth, have a much greater role than we might originally have suspected in the structure and dynamics of reality. Chris Langan says perhaps the greatest change in our understanding that will come from learning the CTMU as a species is that no longer will we be treating human beings as mere brute physical phenomena that we're supervening on natural forces, but humans will be treated as we really are, integral to the structure and dynamics of reality. The purpose of reality is a more bright and vivid experience of itself, using internal consciousnesses like humans as a means of knowing, fulfilling, and actualizing itself. Therefore, we participate in the very purpose and end of ultimate reality. Let the light shine forth in the darkness. May the peace of our Father in heaven be upon you. Like and subscribe. Peace.